What it do? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ant. Today we're gonna be doing a self-cut video.
12 seconds later.
Bzzz. Ah! This stuff kind of hurt, man. I'm gonna have to cut this video short. I accidentally cut myself. Y'all already read the disclaimer. You already know, man. We getting straight to the haircut. And yes, I know y'all see me jamming, right? Y'all see me jamming, right? That's part of the reason why this audio is muted in the first place, because, well, I'm playing copyrighted music, and I'm not trying to get copyrighted. That's dead. First thing you want to do for this haircut, bro, you obviously just want to comb out your hair, comb out the areas that you're going to cut. You need everything lifted off of the scalp and stuff easily. So now, get into the tools. First thing you're going to need a brush, you know what I'm saying? But no, not no regular brush. Torino Pros, man. We really bless our scalps around here with the finest of tools. You dig what I'm saying? You probably also want to use some alcohol, obviously, for disinfecting purposes and, you know what I'm saying, clean up the area that you're going to cut. Yes, it's going to burn because I'm using 90%, but hey, we're going to thug it out, you know what I'm saying? We ain't bothered by that. Obviously, you're going to need your clipper. I use Babyless Silver FXs. They're some expensive clippers. Hey, you can use any type of clipper you want to, but hey, it's all up to you. Now, for my guards, obviously, you're going to need some guards for this because, no, we're not using one guard for the entire cut. That's just stupid. It's impossible to do that. So, look, what you're going to need is the 0.5, the 1 guard, and the 1.5 guard. You could use a 2 or a 3 depending on how high your hair is. Look, it's all up to you. Also, you're going to need some clipper oil just in case, you know what I'm saying, for clipper maintenance, you know what I'm saying. You got to keep your clippers clean, bro. That's one thing a lot of y'all forget because y'all be having the clippers at home and they be dirty and stuff, bro. Clean your tools, bro. Hold on, did I forget something? Looks like I forgot something. Let's see what I forgot. Oh, yeah. Also, you're going to need an outliner, obviously. You're going to need to give yourself a lineup and create the ball, the guidelines. So, yeah, that's it for the tools. Now, I'm not finna cap. This is not the greatest camera angle on it. But, look, first thing you want to do, you just want to create your bald guideline. It don't have to be bald. You don't have to use an outliner for this. It's entirely up to you. I chose to. And, no, I'm not ashy. Look, before anybody tries to comment in the comment section, look, no, I'm not ashy. Look, I freshly washed my hair, and these are freshly clean. And these clippers are hitters. For anybody who knows what I'm talking about, these clippers are hitters, bro. So look, first step you want to do, you just want to create your bald guideline. You want to take it from, I would say, what I did was I just did from the bottom of the vertical bar straight to right where your ear connects to your head. So just connect those 2 points with your outliner and create your first bald guideline. Right after making your bald guidelines, all you want to do is you want to take your clipper with the lever all the way opened. Make sure it's open. Make sure the teeth are separated and not close together. You know what I'm saying? All the way down for me is open. All the way up is closed. Closed takes off more hair. Open takes off less hair. So all I want to do is you just want to make like a small guideline. I say about 1/2 inch right above the first bald guideline that you just made. As for the guideline on this side, you will probably notice it is a lot smaller than the one on the opposite side, partially because my waves hang a lot lower on this side than they do on the opposite side. For my wavers out there, bro, this is my strong side, by the way. But yeah, I just had to point that out real quick. Always remember, after each and every step, you want to comb or brush the hair back into place, because obviously you can't just be fading with your hair just pushed back, because obviously, look, see me? I'm checking it out, see, I'm checking it out, see, this is what you got to do, you want your fade to be clean, you got to be looking at it 24/7. Always make sure everything is neat and in place before moving on to the next step. I'm high-key finna skip a step right now, but as you can see, I went ahead and put on my 1.5 guard. I put this all the way open. Basically, the purpose of me debulking, and for anybody who know what the purpose of debulking is, all this is doing is making sure that your fade basically fades into the rest of your hair. You don't want it to be like a fade and then just some giant space between a lot of hair and then your fade. It's not gonna look right. So obviously what I do is in that general area, I just go in with like a flick out motion. You gotta flick. If you want it to be faded, you gotta flick. You can't just do like a full-on harsh guideline. And sometimes I even go with the grain sometimes just to make sure everything lays into place. Like for example, when I'm brushing it, make sure everything lays into place. If you can't tell from my face, this is exactly what I mean when I say, bro, I am not a professional barber. I'm nowhere near a professional barber because this one step right here, you're gonna see me struggle with this a lot. I might come back to it like 2-3 times throughout the rest of the video. It's because for my taper, and it's almost impossible for me to, well, for me at least, to fade my waves into the taper because there's always this one harsh wave that I can never get to just blend into the rest of my taper, and you're gonna see me come back to it at least 3 times. But hey, like I said, I'm not a professional at this. Also, if it helps you, which I mean it's supposed to help you, you gotta brush your hair back into place. You gotta brush everything or comb everything back into place, either or. Now as you can see from this side, it's not, my waves aren't blending into my taper that well. This is what I was talking about. This is the purpose of debulking. But for me, the hair grows in 2 different directions, and it's almost like 2 different hair textures. So I'll be having to struggle with this sometimes. You're gonna see me come back to this again later on in the video. Now for my last guideline, I'm gonna be using the 1 guard with the clipper all the way. Am I gonna show it? Am I gonna show it? Nope, I'm jamming the music. Am I gonna show it? Am I gonna show it? There we go. There we go. Stop being stupid, Frank. There we go. So look, my clipper is all the way open. This is gonna be for my last guideline. For most of my guidelines, including this one's gonna be about 1/2 inch above the last guideline. As you can see, once again, yep, it's still not fading in. It is still not fading in. So I ended up having to change up I had to take off the 1 guard. I had to end up putting on the 1.5 guard. But as you can see, before it was open, now it's 2 notches up. This way it cuts a little more hair than when it's open, but I didn't want to put it closed all the way just yet. I didn't want to take off too much hair and it ends up looking even worse, because the last thing I want to do is try and destroy my waves just for a better blend. Like, I hate doing that. I hate barbers that try to do that. If you're a barber, you try to do that, I already don't like you. But look, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maintain the wave right there, yet still make this blend in nice and smoothly. Now it's time for us to start knocking out all of our guidelines out of the way. So first one we're going to start off with, we're going to be starting off with the bald guideline that was made with the outliner. As you can see, that's the guideline I'm pointing to right now. So for this, we're going to be using the clipper with no guard all the way closed, except with 1 notch down. Usually I would go all the way closed, but just to be on the safer side, I go 1 notch down just so that I don't take off too much hair. That way I don't make my fade any higher than it already is.
Legacy, family, racy, family, pockets full, done, selling.
Now for the next guideline, you see the one that I'm pointing at. This is the one between the lever open and the 1 guard all the way open. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the 0.5 guard, But to make this process a lot easier, I end up taking my one guard and I put the lever all the way closed. What this does is that this goes ahead and softens up that guideline to make this process, what makes the next step a lot easier. Once again, very key, very important step, bro. You always want to brush your hair back into place. Low-key, this low-key kind of just brings in that nice little like gradient effect to the blend. Cause usually before I keep looking like some trash, but now as you can see, it's starting to have that nice gradient effect. Look, as you can see, the line's a lot softer as compared to that side. You see, big difference. To finally make my hair blend into the rest of my fade, to get rid of that stupid guideline, I slapped the 1.5 guard back on, and I think I put it midway in between half, in between open and closed. This way, I don't want to go all the way closed because I don't want it to take off even more hair. But what I noticed is that when I put it halfway, it slowly makes it look it makes it make some more sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes it make a lot more sense. So for this next part, I went ahead and threw my one guard with the lever halfway, I guess. I only did this on my left side because I didn't need to do it on my right side. Because on this left side, the side that you're looking at right now, this is my stubborn side. This side is, like I said, this is the side where my waves hang the lowest. So it'd be hard to try and get that part to, yep, right where I pointed, that's where that harsh wave is, and it's hard as hell to get it to transition into the rest of my taper. Now finally, we're gonna throw on the half guard, and we're gonna put the lever all the way closed. Now for this part, this is gonna knock out that middle line right there. Yep, that line right there. That's probably the biggest line. That's probably gonna take the longest to knock out. So we're gonna be knocking that out with this guard right now. As my guy 360 Jeezy says it perfectly, you gotta go back and do some detailed work. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna take the clipper with no guard and lever all the way open. I'm just gonna blend everything out so everything goes nice and smoothly. Now for the back taper, it is literally the exact same steps. Whatever you did on the side tapers is the same exact thing you do on the back. So you're still going to use your lever with no guard, lever all the way open. One guard all the way opened. One guard closed to soften up the lines. and the 0.5 guard closed to blend the 1 guard with the lever open. Now the final most crucial step to any haircut is the lineup. Now before you even start this, what will make this a lot easier is you want to take probably like a bigger guard. Well, not too big of a guard, but you want to take a guard to knock down some of the hairs on the hairline. Trust me, when you knock down some of the hairs around the hairline, it makes your lineup 10 times crispier. Because I know some of y'all be coming out fresh off of wolves and stuff like that. Trust me, y'all be having them little hairs built up at the hairline. Doing this process will knock those hairs down. That way your lineup lays down much easier. Oh, and also to probably make this a lot smoother, you could use some alcohol to dry out the area around there. You want to dry out the hair just in case you have grease or anything like that. Or you can use hairspray to hold the hairs in place.